The minimum wage was £2.37 in today's money. That's when they worked a full week of 6 shifts. And very often, in the valley where I worked, the average working week in those days of depression was 4 days. I suppose that as a body of employers, coal owners were in the top class of tyrants, and I use the word quite advisedly.
The other big factor was that the women had suddenly found jobs in the munitions factories, and there was a huge one in my valley. And we found that they were getting 3 times as much wages as us, because our wages hadn't moved at all. And we were very bitter about it.
For the first time, housewives went to work in war factories. It had an emancipating effect, I know, generally. But for miners, it was almost adding insult to injury, in the sense that those housewives were going to work in factories and earning money, more money than I did as a piecework collier.
Pit production committees, consultative committees, a load of rubbish, farcical. They were governed and chaired by management, attended by management, and I think it was lip service.
Certainly, as far as the colliery ones were concerned, they were a farce. The men were only interested in their own place of work. They were not interested in the general plans for development.
My father, of course, was very upset. He'd served as a soldier in the First World War, and he'd been rather looking forward to having a son in uniform in the Second World War.
My instructor was extremely politically minded, and it was a culture shock of tremendous proportions as far as I was concerned.
He was a dental mechanic from Bristol, and his first day working with me, he shoveled onto the conveyor that I had cut about a ton of coal, and he thought he had done a full and good shift work, and in fact he said that at least today I've earned my keep. And when I told him that what his effort meant to me in terms of on my pay packet was Sempence halfpenny, I'm sure to this day he don't believe what I told him.
They would come out with tablecloths and napkins, and they would have tins and jars of rice pudding and things like this. It was hilarious. By the time it was untook and took the tops off all these containers, it was time to go back to work.
I don't feel I was ever accepted into the working class as I would like to have been. I didn't sort of talk right or look right or I wasn't interested in the sort of things they were interested in. So maybe it's just as difficult to great crash down below as it is to crash up.
I think it taught me something about the social injustices of this world, which I might never have otherwise faced, at least in the way I had to face them then. They weren't theoretical. A lot of well-to-do young men become rabid socialists theoretically. I, in fact, was faced with socialism and with deprivation practically, and saw it working that way, and so I think that it had a great effect upon me.